Hi, and welcome to the Douglas On My Mind Show. I'm Blondell Thomas, the City of Douglas Public Information Manager, and we'll be right back with some updates from the city concerning 2021, and then we'll also hear in this segment from Danny McCarty with Coffee Regional Medical Center. Hi, and welcome back to the Douglas On My Mind Show. I am Blondell Thomas here now with Mr. Charlie Davis, our illustrious city manager. Thank you for being here, Charlie.
Well, thank you for inviting me here on this good and warm morning.
Oh yeah, it's just a little chilly out there,
Yes.
but anyway. Well, we had many things going on in 2021 as far as the city and different projects and all. We had some that started in 2020, some that finished in 2021, and then some that started in 2021. So do you mind giving us just a quick update on some of those projects?
Sure, I'm glad to, Blondell. And one of the things I'd like to make sure that the listeners of our show this morning, come across with is that Douglas and Coffee County has a lot of activities going on.
We
I
do.
know sometimes we make jokes about local government or government in general, whatever, but I want people of Douglas and Coffee County to be really proud of their governments because we've got a lot of stuff going on. It's probably some of the biggest building projects that we've had in 30 or 40 years.
Right.
And it's going to impact this community for many years to come forward. Some of the governmental spending that you talked about is, we've got the premier sports complex basically through. We started this project, a year and a half ago.
Right.
And it involves baseball fields, football fields, walking trails, and we just done a punch list the other day on it, and so it will be open for business come March.
Oh, that's good news.
We're gonna have a community day out there, and we'll have more information coming forward with that from the recreation department, and then we'll have our first travel ball late March or early April contest there. So if people haven't been out there, it's at the Jardine Stadium, the Huckabee Complex. People need to go out there and take a look. It's a very nice project out there.
It is. It really is. I think it's 4 baseball fields, 3 football, or possibly could be used soccer fields. I mean, it's huge.
Right. It's huge. It's 4 baseball fields, 3 football fields, and the football fields are of different lengths for the different age groups. A lot of parking, and like I said, we're completing the walking trail, which that's part of it. And I'll talk about that as we go down the list here.
Okay.
The other thing that's under construction right now is the swimming pool. We refer to it as Davis Wade Park.
Right.
Inside the park, we have the tennis courts there, and what's being under construction right now is the swimming pool, the miracle field, and the splash pad. Right. And it's going to be we'll be able to hold state tournaments there now. In the past we had 6 lanes, now we have 8 lanes. And in the past we could do district tournaments, but we couldn't do state tournaments. And now with the addition of the 2 extra lanes there, we'll be able to host state competition there. The splash pad, some people want to just play in the water but not get in the pool. They can play in the splash pad is baseball themed. So it'll transition into the Miracle Field. Okay. And the Miracle Field is a baseball themed Miracle Field, and so we've got pools and waters and baseball, and so it's going to be a great event. Hopefully we'll be through construction sometime in May. Right.
And is there going to be an ADA accessible type playground there as well?
Yes. There'll be an ADA field there. The new pool house / Miracle Field house is being built, so it'll have concession stands and restrooms and changing rooms. It's going to be a nice facility.
I went there the other day, and it's going to be really nice. It looked almost like the concession stand is about the size of what the old pool house looked like.
Yes, it's a lot larger than the old days. And that pool was built back in the 60s. I remember crying on the way down from the high dive there. So I'm a young man in my 50s, so I remember that pool, and so it was time to reward the community with a new pool. In the same way with the swim team, Douglas has one of the longest standing state records.
We've got the best swim team.
Best swim team in the state. And if they can do that with an old raggedy pool, I can't wait to see what they'll do with a new pool.
Exactly.
City Hall's also under construction. You know, we done the renovation of the old part and addition of the new part. You know, it was time for that City Hall to be remodeled. The original part was built in 1959. The second part of it was built in 1979, and here we are in 2022 redoing that. We'll be changing the address from a Bryan Street address to a South Madison address,
Right.
and a lot more office space, updated electronics, and when they built it in the '59, nobody knew what a computer was.
True.
And nowadays, with the electrical needs and IT needs of it, it's all updated, and HVAC. It's just going to be a great facility there.
Now, I've been inside that too. I can't wrap my mind around where everything is yet, but it does seem like the main entrance, which will be off of South Madison Avenue, it's going to be like a grand entrance. It's going to be really nice.
It'll be a lot better than what we had in the past.
Right.
So.
Not nothing too grand, but it'll be nicer than what it was.
And then the other night, the thing we'll be completing in 2022
Okay.
will be the walking trail. The Marion Council just approved at last commission meeting to move forward with the completion of what we call Phase 4 of the walking trail. It'll be where the truss ends. There on Chester,
Right.
and we'll be completing it to Highway 206.
Oh, wow.
And then that will then join what we just constructed with the public utilities walking trail and with the Premier Sports Park trail. We'll now have it connected. I would like to refer to it from the old high school
Exactly.
to the new high school.
To the new high school.
But now the old high school was gone because that's where the Hobby Lobby and the tax allocation district is. And the new high school really is the old high school because it's 25 years old now. So
It's hard
we'll
to
have a
believe.
trail completely from one end of town to the other end of the town.
Well, earlier, at least now 2 years ago, we had the citizens to vote for and pass us to be able to have a tax allocation district in Douglas. What's going on there? And of course, that's the Douglas Square area.
And again, I'd like to thank the local governments of Coffee County, the school board, South Georgia State College, along with the voters that voted in the referendum to allow us to do this tax allocation district.
Right.
If you ride by there now, it's starting to take shape.
It is.
Hobby Lobby is open. We just recently opened the Starbucks and the Jersey Mike's. An urgent care center will be opening. The contract's been signed on it. We'll be opening an urgent care center there in the last part of the summer, first part of fall.
Okay.
Sorry, I
What's
get
the
these
next
glasses.
phase?
In February, and like I said, we would already started construction, but due to supply chain issues, we
Right.
can't get some of the parts for the building. But starting in February, we'll be building the Marshalls, the Five Below, the Salon, and Mavis Tire Center starting, and hopefully all those will be open sometimes midsummer to early fall, depending on if we can get all the material in to complete the buildings. But we're scheduling out late summer to be open with all those.
Yeah, maybe all that material that's sitting out there in out there in the ocean somewhere, as they say, it'll get here and we'll be able to finish that. Now, I've heard of some other new businesses that are locating to Douglas. I can't say that it's 100% because of this tax allocation district, but I'm sure having that across the street from where these businesses are going to be has helped.
You've heard of the old saying, if you ain't growing, you're dying, or success breeds success.
Right.
And the halo effect of this new tax allocation district, what we refer to as the Douglas Square, is bringing in new customers, new focus on Douglas, and so that brings in new businesses. And so kind of continuing on with the retail theme, we are going to be getting a Goodwill.
Okay.
I know my wife will be happy about that. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
We've hit every Goodwill from coast to coast.
My husband enjoys hitting those Goodwills too.
What we used to refer to as old Kmart Shopping Center, next to the Roses on the far left in the old Garden Center will be the Goodwill. And the space in between the old Garden Center and Roses currently will be Ollie's Bargain Bar or Bargain Outlet. And I know a lot of people enjoy those, and so we'll be adding that. Woody Folsom has started construction over by the old bowling alley next to the movie theater. Their car center, super center, and the old Chrysler place will be their truck center. So they'll have trucks in one location and all their other cars in another location there.
Okay, well that's good. I was wondering what was being built right there next to the old bowling alley. In 2021, we received the Visionary City Award from GMA, the Georgia Municipal Association, and Georgia Trend for our collaboration with Unison Behavioral Health and Coffee Regional Medical Center. And all of that was dealing with building a new facility for adults. And we were able to help them through the Department of Community Affairs acquire some funding through a grant. What's going on with that project?
Yeah, just like I said, in the tax allocation district, here's another example of multiple agencies working together. We talk about utilities, we talk about retail, we talk about industry. One of the things that every community has is mental health needs, and so we was able to partner with Department of Community Affairs and with Unison and with the hospital to use one of our CDBG's community block grants and to fund an expansion of the current Unison mental health facilities. They've started construction on that, and midsummer to early fall we should be completed with that expansion, and that'll be able allow us to be able to segregate the age groups and gender groups when it comes to mental health, and expand those operations so we'll be able to serve this community better in those needs.
Right, yeah. And there is a need for that in every community, unfortunately. You've got to help these people with their mental health, and I could probably use a time or two going to see them at times.
Well, and one of the things, and a lot of people don't understand this, but as we look at total quality of life, look at the holistic piece of communities, we have industry, we have retail. One of the things we're currently focusing on is housing developments.
Right.
You have the job opportunities, and then under the health care, you have your medical health care that we have to look at, and then too, you also have the mental health issue. And so we try to take a well-balanced view on all these things, and then make sure that we're not outpacing one segment of the population or services, and just trying to keep a well-balanced, well-rounded focus on all these issues.
Right, absolutely. Now, one other thing that we've heard some talk about is an aviation school coming to the airport, but I haven't really heard any updates on that lately. Would you like to share some of the updates, or can you share some of the updates on that?
And I'll have to limit some of my comments because we're still in conversations with the state and stuff, but we are moving forward. There's always bureaucracy and stuff. COVID has slowed some of the conversations down, but the state has agreed to allow for what we refer to as an A&P school, airframe and power plant. That's the sheet metal, the electronics, the painting, the engines that we would build in a A&P school here, and they're at the airport. And with that, it takes a year with a FAA to get that built and approved. And then when the first class enters, it will be 2 years for the first graduating class. We're 3 years out from the first graduating class. That will be ran through the Wiregrass. The flight school part of it, we're still in conversations, and I'll leave it at that, but we are actively pursuing the flight part of this. Right.
I think that's a great project because that was originally built as an aviation school, so I think it's going like full circle, coming back to what it was originally built for, which is wonderful. I know in 2021 we saw our beloved Commissioner Bob Moore. He had to resign, and so therefore that ward is presently being represented by everybody, basically, the mayor, all the commissioners. When will a special election be held to seek his replacement?
The special election will be held in May 24th for that ward. Also, too, I think at the same time, the city of Broxton will be holding at the same time their special elections for their mayor. And there's also some state elections being held on that same day. There's certain times of the year that's allowed by the state for special elections to be held, and May is one of those dates. So qualifying will start for that ward March 7th.
Okay, and qualifying means someone who wishes to be elected.
They'll go down to, we say City Hall, but since we're dispersed right now, he'll be down at the old SunTrust building there at the Customer Care Center where the city clerk is housed. And so they'll go there and qualify and,
Okay.
and pay their fees and turn in their application and everything to run for that award.
Okay.
Qualifying will begin Monday, March 7th and run through that Friday, March 11th. Early voting will start May 2nd, and like I said, the in-person voting will be on May 24th.
Okay. And then the deadline to register to vote in this city election will take place on what date?
For the voters,
For the voters, yes, sir.
you'd have to get with, I'm sorry, I don't have that date in front of me,
Oh,
the register vote, yeah, I'm sorry, that is April 25th.
Okay.
Citizens that have not registered to vote have up until April 25th to register to vote there at the voter's office.
But you did bring up something interesting, is if anybody has any questions about this election, they should contact who?
They should contact, Winetta Boulder at the City of Douglas,
Okay.
the city clerk. She can answer questions about it. And also, too, they can call the Coffee County Board of Elections.
Right.
And they'll have some generic information about the voting process.
Okay, that sounds good. In December, I think this is going to be our wrap-up question, because this was really exciting when this happened. In December, the City Commission approved the property lease and sales agreement with Easy Blockchain. What is this, and what is Easy Blockchain, and does it necessarily, is it going to be bringing in another project for the City of Douglas, or what's going on with that?
One of the things that's going on, I say nationwide and throughout the world, is this digital currency. There's multiple different types of digital currency. Bitcoin is one of them. There's several different ones out there. But one of the things, and don't ask me to explain it, because
Exactly.
I do well to function in the physical world, much less the virtual world. But anyway, one of the things is they do what they call crypto mining, and it's all this virtual mining. They do block ledger completions and anyway, do all the transactions for these digital currencies. And we have signed an agreement, and we'll be looking at potentially 2 operations for crypto mining. And
Okay.
Easy Blockchain is one of the companies that we're working with.
Wow, that can be something big for Douglas, because I've noticed a lot of that crypto mining and Bitcoin and all that is taking place. It's coming, it's in the future, but I mean, it's taking place right now.
Oh yeah, one of the things that's coming, and like I said, people used to bend over to get a penny. Now people
Right.
don't bend over to get a penny. Everybody's moving to this digital cashless-based society.
Cash at me or Venmo me or whatever.
Whether it's Bitcoin or some other one in the future, digital currency is where everybody's headed.
Right, okay. Well, that just shows that Douglas is moving towards the future, most definitely. Are there any other updates that you'd like to share with the citizens?
Well, one of the things, we did receive some funding from the federal government under the American Rescue Plan Act, which we refer to as ARPA. We've just completed most of the first phase of our money. We're currently running a campaign for people who are not vaccinated
Right.
to get them vaccinated. We're running the current campaign January 1st through April 30th for those people who bring in and apply and bring proof that they're fully vaccinated. We are paying $200.
Right.
I know there's some controversy. Some people, get into debates whether the government should be paying or not. But this is what the money is used for, was
Exactly.
allocated for, and so we have launched a campaign for that. So you can go to our
Right.
website and for more information on that.
Right, and it's not forcing anybody to go out and get vaccinated. It's
Right.
still a choice. I mean,
Still a choice.
It's up to you if you do it or not. But if you do, then you could possibly
Get
receive
$200
right?
for your efforts of getting vaccinated.
Right, and you do have to live in the city limits to qualify for that, because there was a
Correct.
little bit of confusion earlier in 2021. So, all right. Well, I appreciate you being here, Charlie, and anytime you want to come back and give us some more great updates as what you've shared, just let me know.
Thank you for having me, Blondell.
And we'll be right back after this. Hi, and welcome back to the Douglas on My Mind show. I am here now with Mr. Danny McCarty, who's no stranger with us, but he is the director of the Wellness Center and Cardio-Pulmonary Rehab. I said it, I got all that long word out, with Coffee Regional Medical Center, and we're happy to have you here, Danny.
Well, thank you, Ms. Blondell. I appreciate it.
Well, February's coming up,
Yeah.
and I hope everybody in Douglas knows what February is.
Wear Red Month, the Heart Run, and all the other activities we have going on. And I'm here today to talk a little bit about that.
Okay, well, just start us off. What is the program for? Why do we do this every year?
Okay, so yeah, let's start with what is February? February is Heart Disease Awareness Month.
Right.
And we run the Cardio-Pulmonary Rehab program now, not just cardiac rehab. We have both cardiac rehab and pulmonary rehab. And so during this month, we focus on heart disease awareness, just because that is still, regardless of COVID and everything else, heart disease is still the #1 killer of Americans. And so we raise money for our cardiac rehab program, which allows us to help fund patients coming in that can't quite afford the program for us to actually supplement them and help them be able to come through the program. So we try to do that through the entire month, well, starting in January and working our way through February. And we'll probably have a few other projects throughout the year. But our big theme this year is the Wear Red and the Heart Run, which is our biggest fundraiser, is the Heart Run.
Even I participate with the Heart Run. Yep.
And the great thing about the Heart Run, everybody says, Heart Run. And I said, well, we do the Heart Run, but we also have the walk. Because we want things that's available for everyone. And it's important. We're going to do a 1.5 mile walk, which, you know, is better than what everybody thinks a 5K is. 5 miles. A 5K is actually little over 3 miles. So you can walk in the 5K, or you can just do the 1.5 mile walk and sign up. And our heart patients, if you've actually come through the cardiac rehab program, all of our heart patients can walk for free.
Oh, that's
good. Graduated the
Mm-hmm.
program. And anybody else can actually just sign up for the 1.5 mile walk, or you can do the 5K walk run, or just the 5K run. And then we do the longer one that torments everybody, which is the 10K run.
Which I don't think I'll ever participate in, but that's a goal. I mean, hey, can always dream.
Group. Yeah, and it's a great program. We do this out at General Coffee State Park, going toward Nichols, Georgia. And it's called Hit the Trails, Run and Walk. But all of our run is mostly through the trails. You do part of it on the pavement, and then you finish up through the trail. And I like to say, if it's raining, wear your rubber boots and let's move on.
And last year it was a little boggy, but I mean, we still made it through.
Yeah, there's a couple sections that sometimes has a little bit of mud in it if it's rained. But it's not bad, because the great thing about the trails, you can, jump stumps if you need to. So
exactly.
As long as you don't go left. Anytime you go left, you go into the creek. As long as you don't go left, you're okay. Just stay on the trail.
Add a little bit of obstacle course in there. Yes, make it a little more fun. What date is the Heart to Heart charity run?
This year, Saturday, February the 26th, will be the charity run. Something fantastic that I think our listeners will love is we're going to have Chick-fil-A there again this year.
Oh, good.
So they're going to be one of our sponsors. And anybody participating in the run can get a free Chick-fil-A meal, which will be a chicken sandwich, chips, and we'll have a beverage there.
And who doesn't like Chick-fil-A?
Who doesn't like Chick-fil-A? So, if that's not an incentive to come out. But, we have a lot of other things that's going to be happening that day. So, we want families to participate, because the Coffee State Park always provides extra activities.
They do.
We do archery that day, so it allows them to do archery, visit the farm, pet the animals, play with the animals, do trail tours. They do little science experiments. Last year we did the walking stick craft, where you can design and build your own walking stick to walk through the woods.
Oh, wow.
So they'll do a craft again. They're very active. The state park is very active in getting people out there and participating in all their programs. They have the Heritage Center, not the Heritage Centers, but
the Heritage Farm.
The farm, the Heritage Farm. And then they have the little building you can go in and tour, where the snakes and the alligators and stuff are all in little cages, so take your kids to do that. And then they have the boat. You can rent boats, the canoes, the kayaks. What else do they have? They have a bunch of little stuff out there.
They do. And I mean, there is always, anytime you want something to do, you can always go to the state park.
And the great thing is you can make it a weekend event where you go Friday night camp through the weekend. So you camp, get up, participate in the event, then go use the trails, ride your bicycles, you can walk the trails, you can go to the farm, you can visit them, you can feed the animals. visit the general store they have to buy little things. They have a lot of great stuff there at State Park. So it makes it just it can be a full weekend event for any family to get you out of the house and not stuck there just, watching TV.
And it is pet friendly too, as
And
long
it
as
is
the dog
pet
is on a
friendly,
leash.
right.
They have to be on a leash and all. Well, what are some other things that are happening in February?
So again, we have our traditional Wear Red t-shirts that'll be coming out in the next week.
Okay.
We're going to have all of our different t-shirts available for people to buy Wear Red shirts. And the Friday before the race, so February the 25th, will be Wear Red Day.
Okay.
And then Saturday, February the 26th, will be the Heart Run.
Right.
So we'll do the Wear Red. And then additionally, we'll have the Valentine's Day raffle. So this is something new we started this year. And we went out to the community and had a lot of sponsors who donated us different items. So this day we're going to do raffle tickets. You can purchase a raffle ticket for $5 or 5 tickets for $20. And it's going to include Dolores has donated us a dozen roses plus hand-dipped chocolate strawberries plus a teddy bear.
Yum.
So that's one of the giveaways. And the Douglas Country Club donated us a dinner for 2 for Valentine's.
Okay.
And we have the Pearl gave us a giant platter of, they're giving us a giant platter of goodies to,
Anything's good from the Pearl.
yeah, everything they do is fantastic. You can't go wrong with Pearl sweets and treats, and yes, I do like them. I eat them in small amounts. And the CRMC Auxilians from the hospital is going to donate us. We're going to get a red wagon. It's got this giant teddy bear.
Oh.
It's huge. And it's going to be it's got cookies and candies and treats in there. We're going to give that away tied in a bow.
Okay.
So that'd be something great like you can get and give away to a kid, or an adult might like it too.
Right.
But yeah, I think of, one of my 12 children. Not really, I don't.
Yeah,
I have 3. And so the last one we have a movie night for 2 donated by Rockin' 8 Cinemas. Okay. So those will be the 5 giveaways, $5 a ticket or 5 for 20. So we're going to do a huge giveaway there, and that will be given away on Valentine's Day. So we're going to start selling tickets next week. We'll have those available. And of course, I'm going to push it out on Facebook through the Wellness Center, my page, hospital's page. I know you guys will give it to you guys to push out as well.
Now, where do they go to purchase a ticket? Can they do that online, or do they have to go to the Wellness Center?
The Wellness Center will have them. The gift shop at the hospital will have them, which is kind of on lockdown right now. But for hospital employees, they can go there. But we'll have a ton of people on the career development ladder. It's a volunteer ladder of about 30 plus people that's on this clinical ladder team.
Okay.
And they'll be putting on their Facebooks and sending it out. So just look, I'm sure everybody knows somebody that works at Coffee Regional.
Right.
So we'll have this, spread around the world. You'll find somebody to get those tickets from, but you can always just grab some from the Wellness Center.
Okay. All right. Well, that sounds like a good deal, especially on Valentine's Day. Hey, if a husband's wondering what to get, at least buy $100 worth of tickets,
There you
and then
go.
who knows, you might win something.
You might win something. And if you don't, great thing it is for a great cause.
Right.
This is going to, again, sponsor our cardiac rehab scholarship. The funds go there. It helps patients in our community. It's not going outside of the community. It's staying here. It's helping people here and in our borders. So, and we want to do that for people. We want to support people. I like organizations that keeps it local.
Right, exactly. Now, another thing that you mentioned was the pulmonary rehabilitation part of the cardio.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that.
Right. So, we've had the cardiac rehab forever, and this past year, late year, we have developed a pulmonary rehab program for patients who have COPD. They got emphysema, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, as well as for COVID patients. So if you've had COVID and you're having a difficult time getting back your breath, as what most people call it, and you may or may not still be kind of short of breath, your oxygen may be a little low, or you're having to be on oxygen, we really have done a fantastic job with our pulmonary rehab program. So far, knock on table, everyone that we've had come in with the COVID was on oxygen, and they left without oxygen.
That's wonderful.
So, the program works. We use a smart vest on them, which helps them breathe. It helps contract and work their lungs.
Okay.
So it helps their lungs expand, and it helps them really with the mucus buildup, especially after COVID. You can get pneumonia. And still, it can linger for a while. Your breathing lingers, trying to get your breath back and feel like, I can take a good breath now. We have that device that really helps our COVID patients, as well as we do our regular exercise program. We monitor their blood pressure, heart rate, et cetera, just to make sure that they stay safe while they're going through the program, because we want everybody to come in, you know, and feel like they're being taken care of like their family members. So
Exactly.
it's a fantastic program. You have to have a physician's referral. The physician has to refer you.
Okay.
Insurance pays for it. Because you have to have
It's rehab.
Yeah, it's rehab. You have to have a doctor say you need this,
Exactly.
or you think you need it. You say, hey doc, I need this, and just have them fax us something, and we'll sign them up for pulmonary rehab and get them started.
Okay, that's good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, there's another series that you've talked a little bit about in the past, but just kind of tell us a little bit about the prevention series that's coming up.
All right. So one of the new things that we're starting, it starts next week, Monday, January the 24th. I believe that's next. Yes.
Yes.
24th. We have what's called a fall prevention series.
Okay.
And a fall prevention series is basically, it teaches, and we're really focused on mostly seniors.
Exactly.
We have our Silver Sneakers program, and we have a couple other little programs that we're doing. One's called Renew with United Healthcare. But this program really helps seniors develop their strength. It focuses on balance and flexibility to help prevent falls, because one of the things we don't want to see happen is as you get older, what happens? Your bone density decreases.
Exactly.
Your muscles decrease in size and strength. Your joints become less flexible. And when you add those types of things all together, it increases your risk for falling.
Your seeing actually goes too.
Yeah, you're
I'm
seeing.
sure.
Yeah, seeing goes. I
Yeah, and that can also, you can fall from an eye issue.
Right. You can fall from a lot of different things, but we want to focus on really the mobility aspect of this program.
Exactly.
So when we focus on mobility, we're focusing on that range of motion. Can you move in a full range of motion? Can you squat? Can you bend over? Can you sit and stand from a chair? Can you the list goes on.
Right.
So that when you are caught in that weird position of, say, I'm walking down the steps like this morning, it was cold, it was icy, you're walking, if you were to slip, would you be able to catch yourself and not break something?
Right, okay.
And that's where, we want to try to help you become more flexible, because if you're not flexible and you reach up to grab something, guess what? And if you're not flexible, it's going to pull, and probably it's going to tear something in your shoulder joint.
Exactly.
Or you're going to fall and break a hip. And if you fall and break a hip and you're older,
break your arm or
something, we don't want you in the nursing home with a hip fracture, because it's going to extend your stay there, one. And a lot of people, once they go in, especially the older you get, coming back from it is very difficult.
Yes.
So we want to prevent that by adding this program. But again, it starts next Monday, so it's a 4-day-a-week program, Monday through Thursday. We'll have videos, we have exercises, and guidance and teaching and how to do this program. And we have 2 people, our Silver Seeker specialist, who's going to be leading the program along with our registered nurse. So it is led by
sounds good.
2 educated folks who's going to be helping people.
Now,
So
do you have to be referred for this program?
No,
Is
no,
this
no.
something you can come in and sign up for?
it is, if you are a non-member of the Wellness Center, you can sign up for a nominal fee. And if you're one of our members, it's completely free to our members.
Okay.
We're not even charging for our members to come. So if you're Silver Sneakers, if you have Silver Sneakers and you're part of your insurance plan, or you have what's called Renew Active, a part of your insurance plan, those basically cover their membership anyways. And so if you can use those to join up as a member, so then it becomes free. But if you don't have those, then you can sign up for a nominal fee. You can come to the classes with everybody else. And we want our seniors to get active, get healthy.
Wow.
And this is what's going to keep them alive the longest. I had this morning,
Staying active.
I had drawn this picture. It's going to be one of my new themes, I think. Recliner chair, TV, #1 killer of Americans. That's what.
Right.
Because sitting there and doing chair, TV, that's what happens to seniors, chair, TV, a lot of them. And what happens? Their health declines just like rapidly.
Exactly.
Because our bodies are designed to get up and move no matter what age you are. Just because you're tired doesn't mean you go plop in a chair and watch TV. You still need to be active. You still need to move if you want to live a healthy older adult lifestyle and not be stuck in a home and somebody taking care of you. So there'll be a lot of this program. It teaches that, and we want people, we want our seniors to get active. And if a younger adult has a problem with falling because they've had injuries, feel free to join. It's not just for our seniors, for anybody who needs it.
Right. And
But-
is this Like, does it start off in like a beginner stage? Like if somebody
Oh,
really
yeah.
doesn't have good mobility, but
Oh, yeah,
yet
yeah.
they're a little weary about joining in case it's too advanced, it's beginner.
Yeah, it is. It's the way we teach our classes is kind of really for most levels, but because we have chairs available for those who need chairs, those who
Okay.
need to stand can stand. So our teachers try to teach in a way that no matter your physical ability, that you can participate.
Oh, wonderful. That is good.
Right?
Yep, that is it. And that's one way to get people up and moving.
Get them up moving, get their immune systems built up, get their body active, healthy, and going.
All right. Well, Danny, we appreciate you being here today. And as usual, we always love for you to come back and share any news that you have, things that you have going on at the Wellness Center.
I always have tons of stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for having me today. And folks, if you guys need anything, you know where to call me. Call me at the Wellness Center. Happy to help you out. Shoot me an email, call me, text me, Facebook me. I'm easy to find.
Give them that number to the Wellness Center.
The Wellness Center's phone number is 912-383-6988.
All right. Thank you, Danny.
Thank you, Blondell.
We'll come back right after this. Thanks for joining us for the Douglas on My Mind show this month. We'll see you again next month.